Hello, in this video we're going to be adding and subtracting fractions. So the objective here is to add and subtract fractions, including cases where we have mixed numbers. So the key idea is that fractions can only be added and subtracted once they share a common denominator. So here are some examples. So we have 3/7 plus 2/7. So these already share a common denominator, so this one's rather straightforward. So all we need to do is 3 plus 2, so that's 5. So it's going to be 5/7. So what we could do is we could think about this as if I eat 3/7 of the pizza and my brother eats 2/7. In total, we've had 5/7 of the pizza. So this next example, we have 1/4 plus 3/8. So the denominators of these two fractions are different, so we need to find the common denominator. So we need to find a number that both 4 and 8 go into. So in this case, 4 goes into 8 and 8 goes into 8. So 8 is our common denominator. So 3/8 is already 3/8, so that one's fine. So to get 1/4 over 8, so to get from 4 to 8, we times by 2. So we're going to do the same thing to the 1, so 1 times 2 is 2. So we have 2/8 plus 3/8, so 2 plus 3 is 5. So we have 5/8 in total. This next one, so we need to find the common denominator. So the number that both 12 and 5 go into, or a number that both 12 and 5 go into, is going to be 60. So I'm going to put them both over 60. So to get from 12 to 60, I times by 5. So I'm going to do 5 times 5, so that's 25. And to get from 5 to 60, I times by 12. So 1 times 12 is 12. So 25 take away 12, that is 13 over 60. So that's the answer to that question. The next one, we have 7 over 10 take away 2/5. So I'm going to put them both over 10 because I know that 5 and 10 both go into 10. So the first one's already 7 over 10, so that one's fine. To get from 5 to 10, I need to multiply 5 by 2. So I'm going to do 2 times 2, so that's 4. So I have 7 over 10 minus 4 over 10, so I'm left with 3 over 10. This next example, my common denominator is going to be 12 because 3 and 4 both go into 12. So to get from 3 to 12, I times by 4. So 1 times 4 is 4. And to get from 4 to 12, I times by 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. So this time we have 4 take away 9, so that's actually minus 5. So the answer to this question is minus 5 over 12. So here are some more examples. So these examples involve mixed numbers. So when we add and subtract mixed numbers, I think it's best to put them both as improper fractions. So 1.5, if we turn that into a top-heavy fraction or an improper fraction, I have to do 1 times 2, which is 2, and then add the 1 from the numerator, which is 3. So we have 3 halves in total, and then we're adding 3 over 4. So the common denominator of 2 and 4, that's going to be 4, because both 2 and 4 go into 4. So I have, to get from 2 to 4, I times by 2, so 3 times 2, that's 6, and then 3 over 4, that's already over 4, so that one's fine. So 6 plus 3, that's 9 over 4, and that's the answer as an improper fraction, but if I wanted to convert back to a mixed number, I would say, how many times does 4 go into 9? So 4 goes into 9 2 times with 1 as a remainder, so it's 2 1/4. So this next example, again, I'm going to turn them both into improper fractions. So for the first one, 3 1/3, I'm going to do 3 times 3 plus 1. So that's going to be 10 over 3. And the second one, I'm going to do 2 times 4 plus 3. So that's 11 over 4. So they both need to be over the same denominator. So 3 and 4 both go into 12. So that's going to be my common denominator this time. So to get from 3 to 12, I times by 4. So 10 times 4, that's 40. And to get from 4 to 12, I times by 3. So 11 times 3, that's 33. So 40 take away 33 is 7. So my answer is 7 over 12. Here's an exam style question. So it says, a student says that 2/3 plus 1/4 is 3/7. Is this student correct? And we need to give a reason for our answer. So looking at this, it looks like 2 over 3 plus 1 over 4. It would appear that they've done 2 plus 1 to make 3 and 3 plus 4 to make 7. But we know that we don't do that when we're adding fractions. Like in order to add fractions, we need a common denominator. So what we should have done, or what the student should have done, is we should have made the common denominator. So 3 and 4 both go into 12, so the common denominator is 12. To get from 3 to 12, I times by 4, so 2 times 4, that's 8. And to get from 4 to 12, I times by 3, so 1 times 3 is 3. So I should have done 8 plus 3, which is 11 over 12, so that's what the students should have done. So the answer to this question is no, they have not found a common denominator. So here are some quick fire practice questions on this topic. Pause the video, have a go at these, and I'll reveal the answers in a moment. Okay, so well done if you managed to have a go at those. So here are the answers, and that's everything for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye!